tutorial time, and I've been doing a lot of fancy tutorials lately where I've looked at more advanced moves, and I thought I'd go back to basics a bit. So today I'm going to teach you how to shuffle cards like a pro using the Riffle Shuffle. It's the flashy shuffle that everybody who uses cards wants to learn and does use. And also up there right now should appear a box with my link to the beginner's shuffling lesson where I teach the overhand shuffle. So today, the Riffle Shuffle. You saw that little clip at the start. It's quite a classic. And to do it in the hands like that does take a bit of practice. So we're going to look at it in a few stages. So first up, get your deck of cards. Even a cheap deck will be fine with this. Now if you're wondering how I set it up, I'm holding them here between my fingers, this finger's spare, my index finger, and my thumb. And I put my index finger against the back and bend it to create a little bend. And then with my thumb, I'll do it a couple of times, I just run some cards. Okay, now they're gonna, and then when I've got about half a deck, I'm gonna let them drop into my other hand, like that. Okay, I'll do it again. And then underneath here, these fingers are just gonna lift. So it goes into my hand, it looks professional. Yeah, you can do it where you just cut the cards, but this way looks far better. So you go, run half, drop, and in, and then both hands are now holding the cards. You can tidy them up quickly if you need to with your fingers. And then both sides are going to do this. So they're like a mirror. Now I typically start with the right and end with the left. It's probably the easiest way for me to do it, and you need to have a think about that. Now when you're first learning this, if I tilt down a bit and do it against the table, because it's much easier to do it on a surface, do it against something flat. Okay, now what I'm doing there is I've gone into my startup and I'm letting the table take some of the pressure. And I'm just running again like that, but I'm letting them overlap with each other into two nice pot mixes, one big mix of two piles. See, one at a time from each, or as close as possible to one at a time. And they slightly overlap. Okay, if I come in close, you'll see what it should look like. And then to do the tidy finish, the cool bit, the cascade, I just bring my hands in at the bottom and you'll see they bend. Now, because I'm keeping my fingers and thumbs here, nothing's happened. As soon as I remove them, that will happen. And with practice, you can develop control so that it'll be faster or slower. So I go. Like that. One more time on the table. I go nice and gently. Don't need a big bend. Let them in. Pin with your thumb on top in the middle. Bend inwards. And as soon as I release the pressure, all the energy is going to cause them to land on top of each other in a little pile. Like that. Okay. So now as a continuing move, I go. Don't worry about one that kicks out, that'll happen. Now, I'm using the table to begin with because this takes a lot of the pressure off. So it makes it easier for you to kind of get the hang of just doing the firing off the cards, the riffle. When you're confident with it, you can do it on a table. You can also, if you're never not near a table, use your leg if you're sitting down. To do it in the air is a bit harder. It's the same move. Okay, so I still do my run at the start, in and tip. But to do it in the air, I have to get my fingers underneath a bit more because I haven't got a table to lean on. So I've got a bit more finger underneath each side. So that way, they're taking the place of the table. They're taking all the strain. The move is still done the same, but it is harder to do it in the air. When you first try to do it in the air, you're going to drop loads of cards off the bottom of the deck because you'll be trying to catch it and you'll do it like this, and these ones are going to go all over the place. That's okay. Just get a bit of extra finger underneath if you're doing it in the air. Take it slowly. See, they're all in there. Then I pin, I bend, and I let them fall in. And if you want to have a slower cascade, it's what it's called at the end, just practice kind of having a slightly gentler release at the end. Whereas if you force it, if you try to act quickly, it will go. If I go in, I go. If I take my time, the cards take their time. Not the best one. Let's try again. Now, I've turned the cards up the other way deliberately on this one, because what you'll find is the cards start to get a bit of a bend in them. So occasionally just do a few the other way round. And then, okay, well, that is how to do a Riffle Shuffle. It's kind of the pro move. There are other ones, and maybe later tour I'll do the Pharaoh Shuffle if you like. But there, it's a lot of fun to do. Do practice it, do subscribe. Thank you to all those who have subscribed. Check out again that beginner's video that I've hopefully got the link to appear earlier on for how to do an overhand shuffle, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.